What in the hell is going on to start this day, Terry?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Are we live? I'm getting messages that we're not live. If we are live, please let me, there we go, know in the comment section. Good morning, Private Ross. How are you today? Hit that jackpot, Chem, for me. Yeah, that was $400 trifecta on Saturday. Yeah, and on Thursday before we left here on the Gulf Stream, I had that $300 late double too. So finally finding some stuff to go on there. No story time for crypto codes. Chalk today. Good morning. So I guess we are live.
Yeah, it says we are.
Yeah, but I was getting a message that we weren't live when we were supposedly live. All right. Anyway, real quick, as you know, free track today, guaranteed tip sheet, Mahoning Valley. A lot of good horses in there. Big facts. Yes, big bet. Big facts claiming first time. Best bet of the day, $17,500 claimer. Link in the description below, as is a link in the description to the data sheet that we will access throughout the show in the description on YouTube. Perhaps you can find one on X as well. Wherever you are following us, if you have not already. All right, Terry, race number 1. As we get started with a new week, what are we starting with?
All right. So in this race, we're going to start out at 5.5 furlongs claiming race, $7,500 claiming price. Purse is $21,000 for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yes, at 5.5 furlongs, the profile of a winner favors horses that are middle forward with a bunch. 42%. Ricky Bell going wire to wire, or Ricky Ronnie Lott. I think he was a 42. There is a rail bonus. 2 and 3. They play fair. 4 through 7. Those horses get hit hard. 8 and out. There's a bonus. I alluded to some data, Terry. So in race number 1, who's got the early pace?
Well, you can take a look there and see that 2 and 5. Am I on the right race? Yeah.
Race number 1.
Yeah. Okay. 2 and 5 have the best, most speed, so they could go head to head. And then the 3 and has an overlay of 5-1 to 12-1. 6 has an overlay from not the 6, I guess it's a 7 overlay from 7-2 to about 8-5. None of them have C zones except for the 6, and then only the 6 can possibly go to par plus. Okay, and I made a mistake on that. None of them except for the 6 has a par number that they've either equaled or exceeded the speed number of 81 for today's races, and only the 6 shows that he possibly can do it again today. All but the 8 has C zones, and the 2 has the best jockey statuses data, and then the 2-4 are the 2 best trainers. But I think that the best combination is just the 2.
Mm-hmm. So we're taking a look at the first race coming up about a minute. Real quick, you see most of the horses want to be middle back. The 6 so far now within 5 lengths of the finish line. You do see the 3 right here, the Great Pumpkin with the top last race speed figure, considerably better, about 3 points than everybody else. Means, according to Andrew Beyer, one that you want to pay attention to. Race number 1, Terry, about to get running, so we'll get running with our picks.
Okay, I like Star Lord to 7. Likes Parx Racing, been in the money 40% of the time, winning 10% of the starts. Been in the money in today's distance 50% of the time. Has a high percentage winning jockey. 5 Supreme Mind is second choice. Drops in class today. His early speed running style helps his chances. He has a high percentage winning trainer. Z's so good as the 8 finished 3rd in his last race. Has a good 4 furlong workout. The 2 horses, my long shot. He switches to Paco Lopez, and his early speed running style helps his chances. I'm going to play the first pick 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 with the 1, 4, 5, 6. Single 1 with the 2, 4, 5, 6. $48 ticket. Don Johnson.
I'm going to start with the 5 Supreme Mind. That one should be your pace setter. Just needs to improve into second up. Star Lord, the only class dropper, a little better early pace for that 7. As I mentioned, the Great Pumpkin has that top last race speed figure. 3 points clearer than the rest of the field, and all of the race internals were better last out. And Baracho Concho, signs of life in his last. Paco today. I'm going to do my pick 4, 2, 3, 5, 7 with the 4, 5, 6, 7 with the 1, 3, 6, and then the 4, 5 on the end. We have $100 to spend however we like. Benny and the bets. I'm going to take that 3 horse in a $2 exacta key box with the 2, the 4, the 5, the 7, and the 8. right now. They're loading up for race number one. A little bit of a fight with these horses right now. If we're looking at some value plays, the 1 horse 18-1, the 2 horse Paracho Cancho maybe a little bit over bet right now. The 3 horse looks like it's about fair odds. The 4 horse, there's some value there. We think it should be 6-1. It's 9-1 right now. 5 horse, okay, well, they're off to get running soon. So let's go back to our picks and see how this race plays out. It's Jessica Paquette about to get the new week started in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And they're off and they're running. A really good break for everybody. And the 1 horse kind of struggling a little bit. The 2 down on the rail. Getting off to a pretty hot start. Got a whole lot of other horses in the middle there. Looks like the 7 horse is kind of trailing off there. The 8 on the outside. Down on the rail, the 2 horse continues to set the tone to its outside. Looks like the 3 horse, the Great Pumpkin in the mix, standing tall on the gray as they head through the turn. 23 and 38, the Great Pumpkin and the 2 horse right now battling it out. On the outside, you have the 8 horse trying to make its way around the track. Looks like this race is going to be between looks like 8 horse is coming pretty good there too. So that one could be an upsetter. 2 horse down on the rail, the 3 on the outside. Those 2 look like they're coming the hardest at the end here. Looks like those 2 are going to be the ones that have to beat. The question is who's going to get it done. I don't know that anybody's going to get it done. I think the 3 horse is going to be your winner. Maybe. The 8 horse is trying to give chase, but it's going to go 3. And then the 1 beat me for my exacta there. So the 3 is the winner, the Great Pumpkin. That was your top last race speed figure. 3 points clear of everybody else. And also starts the pick 4 at 8-1.
Yeah, nice.
It's workable. That's why these sheets are so useful, folks, because you got that top last race speed figure. You did see that improvement across the board here last time out. That usually means the horse is going to come out and pop a pretty good race. So not always, but that's why we put them together. And soon I hope we'll be putting them together for every track. What we'll put together now is our thoughts for race number 2. Terry, what are the conditions for this one?
Okay, well, as you see, we're going to stretch out a little bit to 6 furlongs. And it's for maiden claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, purse $26,000, and it's for maidens 3-year-olds. And that's it.
So 6 furlongs favors early speed, 38%. So a grande number going wire to wire. There's an inside 3 bonus, 4 and out. They get discounted. Terry, once again, the data worked for us in race number 1. How does it play out in race number 2?
Well, in this race here, it looks like to me that 5's got more speed than anybody there, so it really should get out of there cleanly and get to that quarter pole first. The 3 has an overlay from 6-1 to 8-1. 4 has an overlay from 5-2 to 9-2. None of them really have any par numbers except for maybe the 4. What that means when you say maybe is it got within 1 to 5 points of today's speed rating. And then number 2, as far as par plus numbers, is the maybe has the best, but all but the 2 have the par plus numbers. I'm sorry, all but the 2 has par plus, which means that that's the percent of chance they have of making that speed rating today or breaking it. And then all but the 2 have C zones. And all of them have C zones. I'm sorry, I said the 2, it's the 3. And then the 3 has the best jockey. The 3 has the best. Am I in the right race here?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 7 has the best jockey. The 6 has the best trainer. I think the 6 has the best combination.
Mm-hmm. We see here this race is shaped like a triangle, with most of the horses being middle back. The 1 horse, perhaps being a loney. The 5 horse, one we have up here on the top, has not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Neither has the 2 or the 7. Got a first-time starter today with the 3, and you see here it gets 2 out of 3 potential first-time starter points. I prefer to see that number over 2.5. You never know. We do see on that early pace, the 5 does have a 1.1 pace length over everybody else, so I expect the 5 will be your pace setter. 5 points here equals 1 length. So 5 equals 1. Remember that. At the end of the race, the 2 horse has the most late speed, about a 1.5 lengths over everybody else. Our top 4 total pace horses are the 2, the 5, the 6, and the 4. About 70% of the time, the winner comes out of that group. Again, here you see some horses with some better early pace last time out. You have the 6 horse also with some better fractions along with the 4 at the first half mile. Here today, I'm going to introduce class droppers in red, class risers in green, those running flat races today from last time out right there. Then finally, our speed chart. Really no big hint here. Maybe the 5 horse in its second start or the 2 maybe has some upside in there, Terry, based upon that. Who's got the most upside in your view and is probably going to take home the trophy?
Well, I like the 6, Coach Clint. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 26% of the races when using first-time Lasix. He switches a high percentage winning jockey, and he can improve while returning to dirt. Number 4, Mindseeker, second choice, has the highest last speed rating, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Centaur Centro, the 1, is my third choice. Drops in class today. The rail post winning 20% clip. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then the 5 is my long shot, Kevin Mack. He has a trainer who wins 17% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden race to a maiden claiming race, and they added blinkers today. I'm going to play the second Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to use the 1-4-5-6 with the 1-3 with the 2-4-5-6 with the 1-7-9, a $48 ticket.
You know, funny, Private Ross, I know you like the Great Pumpkin. I remember you talking about the Great Pumpkin many months ago. Should have happened in October, though, right during Halloween. That would have been the time to do it. Doesn't look like for some reason that we didn't connect to Twitter. Let's see if we can connect to Twitter. I'm going to try to add Twitter right now, folks, because a lot of folks from Twitter like to follow along. I'm not quite sure why it didn't link, but let's see if it does it now. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, folks. Is Twitter down or something today? I have no idea. Anyhow, we'll go on with race number 2. My picks for race number 2, I like the 4 horse, Mindseeker. It is the most consistent horse, faster fractions. Last time out at 7 furlongs versus 6 furlongs. Cut back in distance. Should be useful here. Coach Clint, the 6 horse. Track dropper. First time Lasix today. Should be useful. Number 5, Kevin Mack. It is the lone maiden special weight dropper. Pure maiden special weight dropper. Has some early speed. And then the 7 horse, Matsabal Muhammad. Some early pace. Does get first Lasix. And also gets Paco Lopez today. I wonder what's going on with X today. No idea. All right. Anyway, so only people watching on YouTube. Race number 3, Terry, for the folks on YouTube only. I don't know why that is, but we'll find out tomorrow. What's going on in race number 3?
Well, we're stretching out even more to 1 mile and 70 yards. Claiming race, $7,500 claiming price. Purse $21,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 4 races.
I'm just struggling with technology today. It's annoying. All right, so 1 mile and 70 yards at the Ben Salem track. Early speed, 31% of the time. The horse that gets the lead keeps the lead and dashes into the winner's circle. There is a real bonus for Liam's Kiss. 2 and 3, they get smacked. 4 through 7, a bonus. 8 and out, a discount as well. So a little bit of an accordion effect. Very early speed is useful in 1 mile and 70 yards. For race number 3, who has some?
Well, as you can see there, they all show speed, especially the 6, 1, 3, and 5. Anyone's guess at who's going to get to that quarter pole first. 4 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 6 to 1, and the 5 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 6 to 1 is in also. All but the 2 show that in the past they've either equaled or exceeded the speed limit, speed number for this race, and which is 76. And then the 3 came within 1 to 5 points of doing the same thing. As far as the par plus numbers, all but the 2 show that they have a possibility today either exceed or equal today's speed number. All of them have comfort zone. And then the 3 has the best jockey, best trainer. So they're the best jockey trainer combination for today's race.
Mm-hmm. So looking at C-Zone, just to explain what that is, we do, as you can see here, 1,000 simulations to see who has the best chance to get to the lead. And then we compare the early part of the race to what the horse's best race looks like, where they were in relation to the winner when they ran their best effort. And this means right here, Motown Annie in 84, so 846 of our 1,000 simulations, that horse's race today should match its best performances. Here you see not very many. None showed better early pace. Only the 2-horse showing better mid to late pace. A lot of them, though, showing better fractions. However, every single horse is moving up in class. Our race shape, no pure front runner in here. The 6-horse can do it if it wants. Otherwise, everybody else wants to be middle back. Ordinarily, that does favor some early speed. We do see here that the 6, the 1, the 3, and the 5, they also have the best early tempo. The late pace belongs to the 5. And again, our top 4 total paces horses in here, 5, 1, 3, 4. Generally speaking, a lot of winners come out of that group, Terry. A lot of winners come out of your group too. What is it?
Well, I like the one Liam's Kiss. He has finished in the money in 9 races out of the last 10 starts, winning 2 of those. The Railpo's winning an 18% clip. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters. And then I like the 3 as my second choice. Has won her last race at Parx Racing, and she has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Number 6, Job's Not Finished, is my third choice. Likes Parx Racing, been in the money 67% of the starts here, won 33% of those races, and the distance won't cause any problem. Finished in the money 50% of the time, and then won 50% of those starts. And then I like the 5 as my long shot, finished third versus similar in her last race, and her best start speed is close to the average winning speed. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, I have the 1-horse too. I'll get right to that Private Ross too on explaining the Andy Beyer angle there. Liam's Kiss, the 1-horse, that one, third up. Yeah, my only concern about this horse was that Parx, he's run 8 times. He's got to win 6 seconds, so maybe he likes to hang a little bit. The distance, a little bit better, 3 wins, 6 seconds. So again, a little bit of hanging inclination in 10 starts, so 9 out of 10, first or second. Namora, big win last time out for Jamie Ness. And Mikel Sanchez, good chance to be a better horse in the second start after layoff. The 6, Job's Not Finished. That's likely to be the horse on the lead. If it can run back to its January 15th start, it would be your winner. And Amalfi Lady, tough call for me over the 4-horse, but consistently a little bit better numbers and consistently a better performer. No wagers here for me. So if we go back to race number 1, and we do this automatically, but you can do it yourself. So the 3-horse, last time out, since our good friend Private Ross asked to kind of go over the last race speed figure angle. So the 3-horse ran a 77 last time. And so if you look at the next closest horse, you got 59. So that's a lot. That's about, 18 points higher. Then over here, you got 61. That's 16 points higher. You got the 77 there, 71. So that's +6 still. All right. So we're still in there. 55, a big gap between that one. 50, a big gap with that one. 67, that's 10. And then here's 74. So that's the only other horse that came close. So it was +3 on the last race speed figure. Anytime a horse has 3 or more last race speed figure points than any other horse in the field, in his book, Andy Beyer said those horses merit your attention. And when I see them, I put them in, even if they look like crap on paper. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But I figure Andy Beyer is a pretty bright guy, understands the speed figures better than anybody else. So we listen, like E.F. Hutton. And only people who are in their 50s get that reference. All right, and I know you get that reference, Terry. 5.5 furlongs for race number 4. What other conditions, Terry?
It's a claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $26,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won a race since December 10th. Claiming races for $8,000 or less are not considered, of which have never won 4 races.
So at the distance of 5.5 furlongs, early speed is dominant. 42% of the time, the horse that gets the first call gets the last call. Sounds like me back in my drinking days. Real bonus, 2 and 3 are fair. 4 through 7, they get hit hard. 8 and out get a bonus as well. with 42% of the horses, Terry, winning on the lead. Getting to the front is crucial. Only 4 horses in this race. It looks like a couple of them have the best chance to get out there.
Yeah, the 5 and the 2, but it's really anyone's guess when there's only 4 horses like this. They're all got some speed, so we'll have to wait and see. And then the 4 has the only overlay that I see, which is 3 to 5 to about 6 to 5. The 4 also has the only par number, which is, and the others all have maybes, so they came within 5 points of the 82 speed rating. They all have a chance to either equal or exceed the speed number for today's race, and all of them are got comfort zone information. The 4 has the best jockey, 6 has the best trainer, and then the 4 has the best combination of jockey and trainer for this race.
Well, you got the 2 and 5 want to be on the lead. The 4 and the 6, they're PC type, so they can be patient. So they don't need the lead. So I'd expect the 2 and the 5, like our simulation suggests, to get to the front. The 4 horse has the most late speed. Also, here we see today the top total pace of 7 points. It means this one's about a length and a half better than everybody else. And much like the Great Pumpkin over here, we see the top last race speed figure 5 points higher for Valiant Majesty. Only a 4 horse field in here, Terry. 2 of them dropping in lengths in class, 2 kind of moving up, with the 4 horse moving down a full length. Anybody beating that 4 horse, Terry?
Well, I like the 6 actually, Parson Vibe. She won her last race at Parx Racing, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 4. She has finished in the money 3 out of the last 4 starts, winning 2 of those races, drops in class, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. Then the 2, Road to Dreams. Her early speed running style helps her chances, so the shorter distance should be a plus, as she has a win at today's distance. And then the long shot is the 5, won 2 races out of her last 3 starts, drops in class today, and she can handle the distance. I'm going to play the 3rd Miami Vice, Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to use all in this race with the 179, with the 2, 3, 4, 9. Finish up with a 1, 4. It's a $48 ticket.
Yeah, I will start with the 4 horse. That top last race speed figure, probably going to be right off the pace. Top total pace 7. It's the only par horse accomplishment in the field, and moving down a length. I've almost singled this one, but I have a feeling it's going to be a heavy favorite. So in the event, we can pick one off. I went with the 5 horse as my second choice in here. Duela Dent. It is the longest shot on the board in a 4 horse field. It is the only other class dropper with the 4 horse, but really good chance to be up on the lead. And sometimes in 4 horse races, that's the best place to be. Parisian Vibe. All of the race internals are better across the board last time out, and this is a good distance for this horse. 6 races, 3 of them ending up in the winner's circle. And then finally, Road to Dreams. Well, there's 4 horses. Somebody's got to be the 4th horse, so I made the 2 horse my 4th horse. I'm going to go with my pick 4, 4, 5, 1, 4, 7, 9, 2, 6, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6. That's a $48 ticket, and really hoping that the 5 horse wins instead of the 4. Race 5 is the middle race card. Terry, folks aren't watching on Twitter today because we can't get into Twitter for whatever reason. A lot of people are apparently mad, and maybe somebody DNSing Elon Musk today, but so be it. But if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed on YouTube, this is a good reason why you probably should, right?
Yeah, it is. So you can do that. It doesn't cost you anything. It's very simple to do. You hit the little bell. It'll notify you about our different programs. Go down and copy that link, share it with everybody you know, to come so they can come and check us out too. And then you can go to our social sites such as Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Blue Sky, I think it's called, or Blue Sky, X, and TikTok, and give us at Horse Race the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. And then keep the comments coming over at the right-hand side here during the shows. We like to see them. We like to see your picks. It also helps us out with the Art of the Rhythms.
Mm-hmm. So race 5 is the hump race on the card today of 9. Just one less race than usual today. When I saw that, I was like, ooh, it's like a vacation day. Terry, and this race should be a vacation type race too. It'll be over pretty fast.
Yeah, well, they shortened back up to 5.5 furlongs, claiming race 7,500. Purse 21,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
Yeah, and to get the third win, again, 5.5 furlongs, you can imagine. You got to be speedy. It's 42% of the time they get to the lead, and they never give it up. There is a rail bonus for, hey, brother, 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7, those guys have been hit over the head pretty hard, and 8 and out get a bonus as well. 42%, 1 out of 4 out of 10 hitting the wire first at the start. Terry, being early up on the lead is important. So who is the most likely to take up that challenge?
Well, you can see there they all show speed, and several of them have a close speed. I think it's anyone's guess. None of them have any overlay that I can see. And then the one has the 1, 4, and 9 all have yeses, which means that within the past they've either equaled 80 speed number or exceeded it. And then all but the 5 and 6 have a chance today to do the same thing, equal or exceed that speed number. All of them have C-zone numbers, and the 7 has the best jockey, the 9 has the best trainer, and I believe the 7 is actually the best jockey trainer for today's race.
Well, the ones in that mix too here. It's a race where you have 3 that want to get forward, everybody else towards the back of the field, with the 6 not finishing within 5 lengths of the leader. I would suspect that would give the edge to these front runners, get to the front. The third one could be the odd horse out. You do see the same early pace setup as we do see in the chance to be on the early lead. So I would imagine those 4 will really get after it. They got to be careful not to go too fast. Of those 4, the 1 horse has the most late speed. Also, it is our top total pace horse, along with the 9, 7, and the 2. Just a couple dropping in class here with the 1 horse and the 5 horse. Keep them talking. No, that's the 4 horse, Tempo Perfecto. Keep them talking. And ET's Evasive Move moving up in class here. Terry, just looking at our speed chart for a little bit of a hint, looks like the 1's average race, if we drew that line across here, is pretty much better than the top for almost all, but the 4 and the 9. A lot of improvement in here, Terry. So a lot of which ways to go. If there's any horse that looks like it might have an advantage, it might be that 1 horse. What do you say?
I agree with that. I like Hey Brother as my first choice. Finished 3rd versus Tougher in his last race. Has the highest last speed rating. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. Has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Boy, a lot of boxes marked off. Number 9, Financial Strength, second choice, ran 2nd versus Similar in his last race and has a high percentage winning trainer. ET's Evasive Moon, the 7's my 3rd choice, won his last race at Parx Racing, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. Number 3, Full Contact is my long shot. His early running speed style will help his chances, and he can improve at this shorter distance because of it. He has a highest speed figure at today's distance. No additional bets for me here.
Terry's best bet's coming up, what, Terry, in race number 7?
7.
Yes.
7.
And I have a horse I like in race number 8, I think. Is it race number 8? So Terry's race number 7. He's got the 4 horse. And I think in race number 8, I like the 6 horse. So that's what we're looking at right there. All right. So I like the 1 horse too here. Hey, brother. Isn't that like a Hulk Hogan? Hey, brother. Something like that. Anyway, biggest class dropper in here. 2nd Parx race after track dropping. So I think he'll improve on the track today. I have ET's Evasive Moon, that 7 horse. Should be up towards the front right there. All of the numbers are trending in the right direction. I do concern myself with a little bit of regression potentially in this race. Number 9, Financial Strength. Going back to either of its January races, and it is a wrap. Number 4, Tiempo Perfecto. This one should be on or near the lead, along with the 1 and the 9, the only other horse with a par run, which it means the horse has proven that can win at this level. We have a late pick 4 here, Terry. That's next on our agenda. Starting in race number 6, again, only 9 races today, which is kind of a break. No break, though, in trying to handicap this. Some of these horses have never won. In fact, none of them have.
Yeah, that's a 6 furlong maiden, $40,000 purse for registered Pennsylvania bred maidens, 3-year-olds.
the 3-year-olds for 6 furlongs to get the win, the first W. What you're looking for there are horses that can get to the front. So a lot of them go wire to wire. In fact, 38% get the first call. And again, they run straight into the winner's circle. They do pass go, and they do collect a check. There is an inside 3 bonus. 4 and out get discounted. A little bit of the data is important, but with a lot of these horses limited in their racing careers, you got to kind of work it all together to figure out how to put the pieces together. But with what we have, Terry, it sure looks like one of them has the best chance to get to the front.
Yeah, the 8 does, although that 5 might have something to say about it. And then the 2 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 9 to 2. The 9 has a odds overlay from 8 to 5 to 3 to 1. None of them show that they've equaled or exceeded the speed number for today's race. And then the 1, 2, 6, 7, and 9 have possibility, according to our data, to go ahead and exceed or equal today's speed racing. The 2, 3, 4, and 5 have comfort zone numbers. And then as far as the jockeys go, the 9 is the best jockey in here according to the data. The 2 is the best trainer, and then the 9 is the best combination of jockey and trainer for this race.
Indeed. So we have a whole lot going on here. The 8 looks like a lone E. This race is really weighted towards the back. You have the 5 wants the co-pilot, 3, 4, 9 closed, the 2 and 7 not within a handful of lengths of the winner at the finish line. A couple first-time starters in the 1 and the 6. So here you see some first-timer information. This is crucial, especially when nobody has hit par. The 6-horse, Maryland M, a 2.97 out of a potential 3 points there. Also has a back bullet work. Again, that's an indication that this horse has workouts that indicate it's got plenty of talent. Also, we see second race partability here with the 2-horse. Typical improvement for the 2 and the 9 would put those horses' speed numbers at or above 78. So you do have to pay attention to that. And then here the 9-horse with that 3-point speed figure advantage over everybody else that has experience. Late pace advantage, 8 points better than everybody else. Terry, I think you got to pay attention to at least 1 or 2 of the first-time starters, a couple of the second-time starters, and whatever else you like.
That's right. But the race is off now, that second race. You want to call that before we do our picks?
All right, so race number 2, right now, it looks like you got the 6-horse and the 5-horse battling it out up on the front there. Looks like and a whole stampede of horses coming here at the end. The 6-horse is continuing to hold on, but it does look like at the end of the race, the 3-horse might be your leader, although the 2-horse is really giving it a go right here. Yep, 2-horse is going to be your winner, so it's going to go 2, then the 3, then the 1, then the 7. So 2, 3, 1, 7. 6-horse kind of tailing off there a little bit. And what do we have here? So the 2-horse screwed us up, Terry.
It did.
On that pick 4, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But I think I used it did I use it in the next race? I don't know.
So that was race 2.
Yeah, and went off at 20 to 1, I think.
Jason's honor. What kind of race was this one here? Race number 2? Probably just all of them, right? Race number 2, maiden, 25,000. The 2-horse just ran away from everybody. Then the 3, then the 1, then the 7. Yeah. What did we miss on that 2-horse, Terry, in race number 2?
I don't know. I don't know what we missed.
Well, he was a no horse. He did show some early pace last time out. That's a positive, right?
Yeah.
He was an NC horse, really kind of hard. He was one that could have some improvement because he had a limited. We actually identified that in the speed chart there as one of the horses that potentially had the most upside. Probably should have thought about that. But what are you going to do? The death of a couple pick 4s.
That's right. So getting back to the 6th race, I'm going to go over my picks. I like in this race the Ginger Say Chill. It's the 9-horse. She ran second versus similar only start. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and a high percentage winning jockey, Paco Lopez. I like the 2 as my second choice. Finished third versus similar in her only start. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, Carousel Queen. The 3 is my third choice. She has a trainer who wins 21% of the races when using second-time Lasix, and she has a good 4 furlong workout on March 1st. And they added blinkers to keep her mind on business today. Western Woman, the 4 is my long shot, finished third in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice pick 4. It's 239 with the 1-4, with the 4-5-6-7, with the 5-6-7-10. That's a $48 ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the 6 horse in there. That's that first time starter, 2.97 out of 3 points, so almost a perfect score. Does have a back bullet workout. What I mean by that is if you look at the 6 horse down here, you do see at Parx on the mud, February the 1st, ran 48. But here before on February the 22nd, ran 47-1. So anything under 4 furlongs times 12 or 48 seconds, I consider that to be a great workout. And so we see that with Marilyn M. In race, the second horse for me in race number 6 is the 2 horse in here. Gurney Hall, second race improvement, as we talked about here on the sheet, puts Gurney Hall over the top. I got to go to the right races here, Terry. This is race number 6, going back to find out why that too. Also the 9 horse, Ginger's Gray Chill, another one with second race improvement. Paco, but the outside post position on the horse with that great late pace advantage and the speed figure advantage. I could be a little bit dinged with that outside post. And then finally, I have the 8 horse. She's Justified. Could be the pace setter. A couple of strong workouts between races, and a lot of horses get their maiden win on the lead. I couldn't find really anybody I wanted to single in here, so I went 269 over to 246, over to 456, over to 3710. That's a $40.50 late pick 4. There is some ejection on there. I don't think that helps us out, though, Terry, on the pick 4s anywhere.
No.
I think it's the 3 horse, maybe. I don't know. The 2 horse squeezes some people, too. But maybe they'll disqualify 2 horses, and we'll be all right there, right? Yep. Terry, I ask you for tomorrow. Let's make a nice game, okay? King Parx. Tomorrow we will doing Parx tomorrow for sure. Hotel discount. He's going to come to Turkey. There you go. Private Ross, Turkey, Parx Racing. All right. I like in this race the trifecta box 2, 6, 8, and 9. 3 races to go. Terry, before we do those, just a reminder, some free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet today for Mahoning Valley. There's a link on YouTube, since that's really the only place to watch us today. Twitter not working for whatever reason. Over on Horse Racing today, when the show is over, we will put our picks and commentary right here on the front. You'll just click on the picture. It'll take you here. We'll also have a race replay that you can follow right there, along with all of our notes. And then while you're here, hit that HRT Gear button, just like that. Bang. It'll take you to our merchandise shop. 2 days left to save 15% off. A great way to support the show. Another way to support the show is when the race is over, there is kind of a tip jar on the YouTube channel. You can click that, Tayfun, if you like that, or anybody else. It's an easy way to support the show. And then, Terry, let's get back to work for race number 7.
Okay, so in race 7 here, it's going to be a mile and 16th. It's a claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $26,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since September 10th. Claiming races for $8,000 or less not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
And at a mile and a 16th, there is an early speed bias in the 10 races that have been run at the distance, 5 of them on the gate to wire in the comment section. Outside is better than inside, although the rail is a little bit better than 2 or 3. So if you're a Buffalo girl on the outside in race number 7 with some speed, Terry, you got a chance. And the 6 is on the outside. It looks like he's got a great chance.
He does. I think that 6 is going to break out of that gate on top and go to that quarter pole first. The 2 has an overlay from 7-2 to 10-1. The 3 has an overlay from 12-1 to 15-1. And the 4 has an overlay from 3-1 to 4-1. All of them show that they have either equaled or exceeded the speed number for today's race. And all but the 5 can do it again today, according to our data. And then all of them have C-zones, especially that 7 and 2 both have pretty nice C-zones. All excuse me. But the 4 has the best jockey, best trainer, and it's the best combination of jockey trainer for this race.
Yeah, it's the only horse 2 moving up in class. Spikester's Red. A couple of others in here dropping in class. With the 5, Mega Charlie taking the biggest dip, almost 3/4 of a length in class. kind of balanced here. Still, most of the horses prefer to be middle back, so really more of a rhombus than a triangle. Still, the horses that could benefit from early speed. The 5 and the 2 are Sesame Street horses. They're unlike everybody else. With the 2 horse in here, PC type, that's really dangerous because it can be really anywhere on the track. A lot of improvement to pick from, although only the 3 horse showing both better pace and better fractions multiple times. Keep an eye out on that. We do see here the 4 horse Spites the Red, top last race speed figure, 6 points better than everybody else, and the 2 horse, a top total pace. So do you go speed figure? Do you go total pace? Do you go another way entirely, Terry?
Okay, well, I went with my top pick of the day, best bet of the day at Parx. I went with the 4 Spitesters Red. He's finishing the money in his last start, winning the last race, and he switches to a high percentage winning trainer, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And then Helium, the 1 is my second choice, drops in class today, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Lucky Dude, the 7 ran second versus Tougher in his last race, and he has the highest high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Assembly Point, the 6 is my long shot. He's been in the money 40% of the time at Parx Racing, and he's won 17% of those starts. And the distance won't be a problem as he's finishing the money 40% of the races at today's distance, has a high percentage winning jockey. 12 20 plays on number 4, a $5 exacta box 147, a $2 exacta 4 on top with the 167, a $2 daily double 4 with the 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it.
We don't do WhatsApp, my boy Dave from you can go online. Hello, Jason. Race number 2 looks so tough. Yes. Race 3. A lot of these races are tough, especially when 20 to 1s beat you. The 3 got DQ'd into 4th, I guess interfered with the 1 and 7 moving into 2nd and 3rd, respectively, but still the 20 to 1 shot on the that stole the race on the inside, taking home race number 2. I think Terry Spites the Red got a really good chance to come home as the best bet today, for sure. My top pick, too. Top last race speed figure, that angle again, 6 points better than everybody else, and a highly consistent performer. Valentine, that's that top total pace horse, 5 points better than everybody else. Getting extra distance today, going to be useful. Nice price, too, 10 to 1. Mega Charlie, going to go to the front, right where Kendrick Caramouche. Can you say the Fandango wants to be? And then Helium, the 1 horse, Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez, in the money, 10 out of 12 at the distance. I'm going to do a $2 key box, 2 all. I should have did 3 all in the opening leg, and I would have had a nice day already, but what are you going to do? That's the nature of the risk-taking business. The late daily double, Terry, starts in race number 8, and they're going to go 1 trip around the track.
It's 1 mile, and it's a claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, purse $32,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since December 10th. Claiming races for $16,000 or less are not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
Yes, they will start and end at the same place. 1 complete trip, 2 turns around the track to get that win. And that 1 trip around the track, what you're looking for again, speed, well, not surprising, it's Parx. 3 out of the 9 races that have made that trip around the track have been won on the lead. There's a very strong outside to inside bias. Again, the rail being a touch better than posts 2 or 3. So, Terry, once again, we're looking for Buffalo Girls on the outside with some speed. And who is that?
Well, that's at 6, but there's 3 horses in here. They have similar speed numbers, and they could go head to head to that quarter pole. That 1 has an overlay from 9-2 to 6-1. 2 has an overlay from 6-1 to 8-1. The 7 has an overlay from 2-1 to 5-2. All but the 3, all of them, but the 1 and 3 have par numbers, and the 1 and 3 have maybe, so they could possibly do that as they've been within 5 points of the today's speed number of 89 in the past. All of them have a good chance today to get equal or exceed the speed number, and they all have comfort zone percentage numbers, especially that 4 looks pretty darn nice. And then the 7 has a best jockey. The 5 has the best trainer, but it's really a toss-up about the best combination. I would think it would be either the 5 or the 6.
Mm-hmm. And this race, unlike all of the others we've seen, is kind of slanted towards the back. So plenty of early speed in here, although the 1 a little EP type. So if the 4, 6, and 7 go too slow, the 1 could keep them to task. If they go too fast, can be patient and try to outrun the closers here. Of the closers, the 5 has the most late speed, although almost everybody is in the same zip code. Top total pace picture, pretty tight, although the 7 and the 6 are clearly ahead of the rest, about 8 points clear. So it looks like, Terry, do you want the semi-closer in the 7, or do you want the speedster in the 6, or did you think a completely different way?
Well, I like in this race optic way the 6, so the speedster, I would say. He won his last race at Parx Racing, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Time to Cruise, the 4, finished 3rd in his last race, can improve at the shorter distance, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Aztec, the 7, has a high percentage winning jockey. That's Paco Lopez, and he can improve while returning to a route. Then I like the 5 as my long shot. He likes today at Parx Racing. He's been in the money 60% of the time, winning 30% of the starts, and he's at today's distance, he's won 100% of the races that he's been in. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
Optic Way leads the way for me today. I think he'll be up on the front. Does have that top last race speed figure. 9 points. Private Ross, better than everybody else. And an excellent chance to be the pace setter where 3 out of 9 have won on the lead. Time to Cruise. This time we got Jamie Ness and Mikel Sanchez. This one likes to hang a little bit at the distance. 5 times out, 1 win, and 3/3. Hermoso Hambre. The 2 times that this horse has run at the distance at Parx, 1 mile around the track, guess what? Won both of them. Has just 2 wins in 15 races at any other distance. And then finally, Aztec Paco Lopez on the class dropper. But Paco's riding for a barn that's ice cold. Only 1 win in the last 82 tries. Kind of hard to put that any higher than 4th. I'm going to do a $16 to win, 7 to place on the 6, and then a $3 double. 6 with the 3, 7, and 10, which leads us into the last race of the day. Again, tomorrow we'll be back for Parx, Wednesday and Thursday for Gulfstream. Not quite sure what we'll hit up for 4 and Friday, although Tom did hint it's likely to be Shot-in once again. Always a lot of fun to do the Hong Kong tracks to make sure that you don't miss anything we do. That's why it's important you subscribe here on YouTube, but maybe on Twitter as well, or Facebook or other channels. In the event one of them doesn't work, that way you don't miss a show. All right, Terry, for the last time today, race number 9, 1 short of the usual number, but not a short one to end the show.
It's a mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since September 10th.
Yes, indeed. So a mile and 70 yards to get that second race win since September 10th. Early speed is still 31%, 5 out of 16. That get to the lead, keep the lead, and never relinquish the lead. There is a rail bonus for Anna Rocks. 2 and 3 a big discount, 4 through 7 a bonus, 8 and out a discount. So another accordion race, Terry, but still speed matters no matter what part of the accordion you're in. Final time today on the race sheet. Again, there's a link in the description on YouTube to the race sheet. You can use it and keep along. But who's going to keep? Well, looks like a really competitive start here.
It is. They all show speed, and especially 4 of those horses are pretty close to one another. So I think it's an anyone's guess race who's going to get that quarter pole first. The 3 has an overlay from 4-1 to 12-1. 10 has an overlay from 7-2 to 6-1. 4, 5, 6, and 10 have in the past equaled or exceeded the speed number for today's race. And then the 9 has the only no. And then there's 4 others that came within 5 points. This is very competitive. The 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 10 all look like they can exceed or equal today's speed, as according to the Par Plus data. All of them have comfort zone percentages, although some of them are pretty low. And the 7 has the best jockey. The 6 shows the best trainer, but I think the 7 or 10 are the best actual jockey trainer combination for this race.
Yeah, here we see a really slanted race. Bam, big triangle. What do they call those? Those 90-degree triangles? I forget what they're called from geometry class. Right-sided. I don't remember. But 7 is your lone speed. If that one can get out to the lead, folks, could be dangerous up there. And the 7 does look like it has a shot to do that. Really, a couple of horses showing improvement. Color Crush, early pace improvement, along with the 9, Miss Loyalty. Miss Loyalty also with some better fractions to boot. CC Unified, the only class dropper. The Rainbow Trout moving up. Everybody else staying flat in terms of the conditions today. Once again, we do see a horse here, the 10 horse, with a top last race speed figure advantage way over everybody else. That's the 10. We also see that the 10's average race is pretty much close to the top end race for all the other horses in this field, although the 10 does fall outside the top 4 total pace horses. That tells me there's a chance to maybe hit some shots in this race, Terry. What shots did you take?
Well, in this race here, I went ahead and went with the 7, Tamiri. She ran second versus similar in her last race, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like the 6, Kate Got Lucky. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and can handle the distance. Then beyond $1 million, the 5 is my third choice. She's been in the money 44% of the time here, and 19% of those starts she won. The distance won't cause any problems. She finished in the money 48% of the races, and 20% of those starts won. And then I like the 10 as my long shot, Color Crush. She has a high percentage winning jockey, and she has the highest last speed rating. I don't have any more money, so I can't make any other bets.
I'm going to end the show with the 7 horse on top as well. Tomer, because I think Paco Lopez probably gets a W in here, and you'll see that on a horse that ran a Z pattern last out, been close in the last 2, and is Deloney with an excelente chance to be on the front. Color Rush, that top last race speed figure, 7 points. So maybe there is a cryptic code in there for you for a 7-10 exacta. Was better with all of the pace numbers from start to finish in its last. Same thing we saw with the 3 in the opener. CC Unified. This is the top-rated early pace, top-rated late pace horse. You see that here, right? Top early pace, top late pace, top total pace. So that horse should be really involved from the beginning of the race to the end of the race. And then the final pick for me is Beyond $1 Million, the 5 horse. Horse, maybe could be better in the second up. I tried to find another horse maybe to put in this spot, but the best thing I can come up with for the 4th spot was maybe better in the second half. We'll see. Here are our full picks for today. In race number 1, the 3 horse took the trophy. In race number 2, the 2 horse took the trophy. So that means if it goes that, the 1 horse should win this race, Terry. Race number 3.
I would think so.
That's the way it goes, right?
Yep.
And then back outside after that, I suppose. And then that's the way we see the rest of the day. Again, free picks today at Mahoning Valley, guaranteed tip sheet. Please use the link in the description to go there so they know where you're coming from. Just a few minutes, we'll post our picks on horseracingtoday.net. You will see on the homepage a link to the story. You just need to click there. It'll bring you all of our commentary as well as a race replay. We will timestamp in YouTube the times for every single race so you can come back and watch them at your leisure. You can also find the data sheet in the YouTube description. Just click on the link. It'll take you there. And also click on the HRT Gear link right in there to get yourself some Horse Racing Today gear for 15% off for the next couple of days. All right, Terry, that wraps it up for you and I on this Money Monday. Could have been a big Money Monday if we had that too in our pick 4s or in our picks, but it didn't happen. Hopefully we get the rest of them. Any final thoughts of wisdom from you before we get up and out of here?
Yeah, just have a great week. Be safe. And give your loved ones a kiss and a hug. You never know what's going to happen. Other than that, see you tomorrow.
Indeed. No matter what endeavor you're chasing, be it a horse that can find the winner's circle at 20-1, or you're just trying to get the best out of this day on this Monday when we all return to work. We know that's everybody's favorite thing to do. Nonetheless, we certainly hope you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do until we meet again ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully on X2.